All right, guys, welcome back to a brand new Carl's Garage video. I will be shooting all of my videos like how you see right now. As you see, we have the book in the background because if it wasn't for this book, you guys probably wouldn't be here, or a lot of you guys actually need this book in order to get your engines replaced. But in today's video, today's a very specific video. If you haven't checked out the live or checked out the video the other day that I made when I was answering all you guys' questions live, today's video, we are going to help a specific lady who has a 2020 car. So if you don't know, my book covers cars from 2011 through 2019, but there's actually a lot of new cars that don't have an active recall on them yet the engines are still failing and stuff like that. So I've been doing a lot of research. It's about 8 o'clock here in Houston on a Sunday night. And I've been doing a lot of research prepping for this video, as well as setting up this awesome new kind of way to show you guys, my screen and everything, as well as be able to talk to you. So I think this is gonna be a very visual, fun video. The audio sounds good. And I hope that you guys have an awesome experience. So if you have a Kia, Hyundai, or Genesis product, you definitely wanna check out this video. Grab yourself some popcorn, grab yourself something to drink, and let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so like I said, as you guys can see right here, this is my book. This covers the KSDS for most cars that are out there from 2010 through 2020. But it really just depends on which engine, because it really applies to the 2-liter turbo engine, 2.4-liter engine, and then the 2.4-liter hybrid engine, or the 2-liter hybrid engine as well. Now, the first person who we're gonna talk about though is I have her name. She sent me an email. I'm not going to show the email, but we will show the comment that she left. And I told her right here in the live that I did the other day, I said, please email me, because she has a 1.6-liter hybrid engine. And there's a lot of you out there with this exact same engine, because I brought up the forums. I found a lot of information. So before let's just go ahead, let's just get right into this. So she has a 2020 Kia Niro Hybrid. So that's very specific, right? You got a lot of people out there who have the Sportages, the Optimas, the Sonatas, I forgot all the other Hyundai and Kia brands out there, but those are the main ones. And even the Optima hybrids and the Sonata hybrids and the Sorrentos and the Sportages, the Kia Sportage and stuff like that, and then the Kia Souls, right? So it took me a while to find the right information to kind of answer her question, because right now my book would not help her. Am I writing a book on the piston ring recall, which is my second book? Yes. Unfortunately, she doesn't suffer from that recall, but there was and is a current recall on the 1.6-liter engine, hybrid and regular, for the Kia Soul. So I'm gonna show you guys, it's not just me just talking, I'm gonna actually show you guys the proof. So she has a 2020 Kia Niro Hybrid. My motor apparently has a hole in it. It really doesn't. So after doing my research, it doesn't have a hole. Now, is there an active recall on her car? Yes, but it's pertaining to a different fluid. So she can go and get it fixed for free. She can, but when the engine in that car goes out, she's not gonna be covered there. So this is how Hyundai and Kia do to people. It's like they keep making the same crappy product, and their 1.6-liter from the Kia Soul, which a lot of you guys out there, there's so many recalls on that as far as engine recalls, getting your KSDS update and getting your free engine, but they stuck that same motor in this new car, slapped a hybrid system with it. It has a different recall, but not the engine recall. It's really sucks. So she said, they said it was ran with oil. They said it was ran low with oil, and none of my warranties or insurance will cover it. I recently had put oil in it, but I don't have receipts or records of oil changes we did. Right? The oil consumption issue on all Kia Hyundai cars, the class action lawsuit was dismissed. So under no circumstances will you be compensated for the amount of oil that you have to put into your car. That is dead in the water. And because they're going over to electric cars, and they plan to be like only electric cars, I think by 2025 or something like that, they're gonna stop making gas cars. Everybody out there who has a gas Kia, Hyundai, or Genesis product, you're done. You're done. It's just gonna burn oil, and you just have to deal with it. And there's no legal ramifications for them. It sucks, I know. So the first piece of information that I wanna go over to is And this is what I asked Google right here, guys, as you guys can see. Let me make sure I get my fingers right. Right here, as you guys can see right here, what engine is in the 2020 Kia Niro Hybrid? So as you guys can see right here, 1.6 liter four-cylinder engine, a 1.6 liter four-cylinder gasoline engine, and an electric motor team up with a 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission in the regular Niro. The system makes a total of 139 horsepower and motivated the Niro from 0 to 60 in 8.6 seconds during our testing, placing it in the hunt with much of the competition. And there's some other links and information that you can click right here. So if you want to go directly to Kia, you can see, and I'm not making this up, all of their engines right here are 1.6 liters. 1.6 liters, right? So that engine is very familiar to me because I'm like, hold on, I've seen that engine before, I just couldn't put my mind on it. Well, this is where I saw that engine. Yes, this is where I saw that engine. Actually, I should have moved this one here. So, because I'm going in order. So now we got the 1.6 liter direct GDI gasoline direct injected engine, right? And then where have I seen this recall? Well, there is an engine recall on that 1.6 liter engine. But guess what? Whenever you come to this website, which is an awesome website, I just found it out. So definitely click the link in the description below, or I'll put this link in there, but also check it out right here, Kia Soul engine recall, right? Kia Soul, right? So it's the exact same engine. So let me just read to you what it says. Kia Soul engine recall. Kia has announced that 378,967 vehicles have been affected by an engine recall. Now, this is failed engine. This just isn't the issue that's going on, another issue that's going on with her car. This is a failed engine, but I'm going to show you guys the specific issue that's going on with her car. Kia Motors America, Kia is recalling certain 2012 through 2016 Kia Soul vehicles equipped with the 1.6 liter gasoline direct engine. Now, where did we just see that? For 2012 through 2016, you're recalling this engine, yet she has a 2020 and it doesn't apply to a recall. See, this is how they screw you. They sell you this car knowing that the engine 6 years ago was poor quality, bad, recall. Yet they put it in the new car and sell it to you. So high exhaust gas temperatures may damage a catalytic converter, which I've heard a lot of people have catalytic converter issues. Now you know why. Possibly resulting in abnormal engine combustion and damage to one or more of the engine's pistons and possible piston connection rod failure. What do we know about the rod bearings? We know about that, as well as piston rings, but this one is pertaining to the rod bearings, because this issue, the piston ring issue, didn't happen until the new 2-liter NU MPI engines. This is a 1.6 liter engine, which is rod bearing, which is why you need the KSDS, right? So anyway, piston damage may result in an engine stall, increasing the risk of crash. Like I tell everybody, I got rid of my Kia because I didn't want to crash. That was it. I'm sorry. Like I said, I've got a few people, oh, you're telling people to get rid of their car, da-da-da. Listen, if let's say 10% of us stop paying on our cars, they would do something, right? They would do something. Again, they don't care anyway because they're not going to make gasoline cars anyway. They're done. They're fully onto electric cars, and those cars have the same recall. So I'm not going to pay for it. If you don't care about it, I'm not going to care about it. It's not an asset. A car isn't an asset. It's a freaking liability. So cool, go ahead. I'm not worried about my credit. My business handles everything. I'm not worried about anything. So if that's the car, if that's the risk I gotta let go versus having a risk of a crash with my family, yeah, it's worth it. But anyway, a broken connecting rod may puncture the engine block, allowing an engine oil to escape. Now, what did she tell us? My motor apparently has a hole in it. I physically can't make this up. This is a 2020 with a 1.6 liter, which she claims has a hole in it. And then the recall for the 2012s through 2016s, in the recall, it tells you a broken connecting rod may puncture the engine block, allowing engine oil to escape. The leaking oil may contact the exhaust, increasing in a risk fire, but a broken connecting rod may puncture the engine block. Puncture creates a hole. This is crazy, but she's not protected. She, right now, as of today, November 5th, 8:23 p.m. in Houston, Texas, Central Time, she's not protected. She's shit out of luck. Excuse my language, kiddos. If you're watching this with your family, you're out of luck, period. It sucks. She's done for. They can do whatever they want. She's not protected. So here we go. Kia Soul recall engine. Kia Soul recall engine. Kia will notify owners and dealers will upgrade the catalytic overheating protection engine control unit logic to prevent overheating of the catalytic converter. In addition, the catalytic converter may also be replaced if it has been damaged. Depending on the extent of the damage, the engine may also be replaced free of charge. Free of charge. Owners may contact customer service at 1-800-333-4542. Kia's number for the recall is SC176, okay? But again, so you guys see that all that information right there. Definitely give that number a call if you're having a catalytic converter issue, because I get that comment a lot. I get it a lot. But again, remember, this is specifically to the Kia Rio. To the Kia Soul. This is not the Kia Niro. And then you have this one right here. So I decided to click this one, and this one, damage consequences. This is 2020 Kia Soul engine recall, and then they have the 2021, a damaged engine may stall, the same thing. So they have it for the 2020, 2021, all the Kia Souls, 2014. So if we click the Kia Soul, if there's an active, look, this right here is telling you, there's an active recall, SC209, for your car, right? Kia will deploy piston, see, the PNSS, but this right here, I'm pretty sure it's for the 2-liter MPI engine. See, for the 2-liter, let me try to highlight this, for that 2-liter MPI engine. That's where they get you. That's where they get you, because she has the 1.6-liter motor, right? So yeah, there's an active recall for the, and again, if you have one of these cars, which I told you, this is 2020. Don't buy none of these cars. That also applies to the Seltos. As well. 2021 Soul Seltos equipped with the MPI 2-liter MPI engine. But again, whenever we go over to her car, Kia Rio, recall alert, 27 vehicles, 2017, there was a recall back then, but again, it doesn't have anything to do with the engine. It just has to the problem. The hydraulic clutch actuator inner oil seal may leak, allowing oil to accumulate in the cap area, possibly resulting in an electrical short and increasing the risk of fire, right? Now, again, there haven't been any fires. Where's the one when I read where there hasn't been any fires? This guy right here, he's really good. He did a really good job. But there is something here where I did it before where I was looking, and I guess if you look online, you'll see there hasn't been any fires. Oh, Kia will begin notifying owners June 15th. Owners can call the automaker here, but I did read something earlier that there wasn't any fires yet. The dealers can inspect the HCA caps for leaked oil and replace the HCA assembly if needed, or replace the HCA cap with additional sealant. Both repairs will be done for free, right? So I don't know, because this guy right here is, he says Kia dealer called March 27th. They couldn't find any evidence of a leak. Sorry for the false alarm. So he has a 2023 EV Niro, or HEV Niro, right? So he has a 2023 version of her car with only 2,000 miles on it. And he said, as far as I can determine, the car is not leaking more oil at this time. Looking inside the engine compartment, I saw an area where some oil appears to be pooled on the plastic at the bottom of the engine compartment between the cooling fan and power inverter. There are no traces of oil on the underside of the plastic, only inside the engine compartment. This is a difficult area to photograph, but here are some shots to give you an orientation, round thing, and da-da-da. So then whenever you click here, I wanna be very specific. What he says right here, where is the 1.6-liter engine? Dang it, where did it just go? Is it down here? So here's some pretty cool pictures. I don't really know this car. This right here looks like the auxiliary fan, and then the oil's down there at the bottom. So this right here looks like the bottom of a radiator. And you got some oil right here. And then he said, right here, this right here is extremely important, this paragraph. Since the 2023 carries over the same 1.6-liter engine and 6-speed DCT from the first generation Niro, I am wondering if anybody has seen anything like this. I plan to call the nearest dealer about 30 miles away tomorrow. See, and that's exactly where she has that engine, and there was a recall on that engine in the Kia Soul. So how could Kia apply these new cars all the way up until 2023, brand new, apply the recall to these new cars? Why would they stop it at the Kia Soul? Because whenever you type in the Kia Niro, 2020 Kia Niro engine recall, the only thing you're gonna get is this right here. This is the only recall. It does not pertain to the actual engine. And that's what this recall pertains to. The engine and an oil leak and a puncture in the engine block, which she says she has a hole in it. And he doesn't get, you read all this, and he doesn't get any closure. So here's more pictures. I mean, this again, I'll put this link in the description below. It's really awesome. He said, this guy said, I don't get into my car anymore, but there hasn't been reports of oil leaks due to people reusing the crush washer drain plug. Could this be coming from there, or maybe an oil filter. No, it's not coming from an oil filter. It's coming from this. It's either coming from the bad engine block or this issue right here, but they're two different types of oil. See, this is a clutch actuator inner oil seal. This guy right here is saying, I just looked at the engine compartment again and realized that the DCT clutch fluid reservoir is directly above where I saw the oil at the bottom, right? Not only, so he's talking about the clutch, he's looking at it, right? And that's where he's seen the active recall. Not only that, but despite the fluid being a puddle of oily on the floor of my garage, rather than being low, the reservoir is nearly overflowing. And there appears to be some crud in the fluid. So this is some crud in the fluid of this reservoir, which it's full, yet there's oil leaking. So where the hell is it coming from? This leaves a question of what remains in the DCT actuators if clutch fluid is leaking past the seals and back into the reservoir. All of this is actually reassuring because now I know what is going on and it's not particularly alarming. I hope it can answer these questions, right? He's saying it's not particularly alarming, right? He's thinking, and this is what a lot of people do, they go, oh no, it's not that big of a deal. Like with me, with my valve cover. When my valve cover was shooting oil everywhere, I'm like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. I'll just replace the valve cover, it'll stop leaking. Same thing with him. Oh, it's okay. This guy doesn't even know that there's an active recall on this issue, which he can take and go fix for free. So just to let you know, if he touches anything in that car, they can deny him. But what neither one of them know is that there's an active recall on that exact same engine, and Kia is not doing anything about it. So they put the exact same motor out with a hybrid system, knowing that the catalytic converter in that engine can cause the piston rings and everything else to fail. The rod bearings to fail, which are gonna fail anyway because all the rod bearings that they made from 2010 all the way up to 2020, which basically looks like that entire 1.6 liter engine, all the rod bearings that they made for that engine are kaput. They're poor. They're really poor quality, just really bad. Sorry for shaking the camera. They're just really bad, like really bad. So unfortunately, back to her, all I can tell you is that just stay on the oil. I don't think that there's an actual oil. I don't think that you shot a piston through your engine yet, because if it did, it wouldn't be able to move. I think that the oil that's happening now is coming from this issue right here, the hydraulic clutch actuator. The seal, again, take it there, use this information, go get it fixed for free, but just know that you are driving a car with a 1.6 liter engine that is in the Kia Soul. I'm sorry, they switched. So the Kia Soul switched to the 2 liter engine. See both of these, right? 2 liter NU MPI engines, and these engines have a piston ring recall. So they switched from the 1.6 liter to the 2 liter engine. So now the older engines had a rod bearing issue, which is at the bottom of the piston. And at the top is the piston head, and it has rings that keep the oil in the cylinder properly. And now those are failing on the new engine. So your car has the old engine. Your car does not have the 2 liter NU MPI engine. So again, this video is probably longer than it needed to be, but I hope that I answered your question. I do these to really help everybody out there. I hope I answered a lot of questions about if you have this car. Stay tuned for the next video when I will be answering another girl's YouTube question. I'll be answering them like this. So leave a comment down below if you guys kind of like this setup where I'm able to kind of show it like the news. And hey, it's gonna be sunny over here and cold over here in the southeast and da-da-da-da. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Remember, please check out the book. Please, again, if you get the book from the website, it is a little cheaper, but if you do get the book from Amazon, it is a little more expensive. That's because Amazon's prices are so crazy. They don't pay well as far for books, but they have such a large platform that I'm trying to get this book to be a bestseller. It can't be a bestseller if I sell it directly. So if you purchase it through Amazon, it will allow me to get better ratings and then get on a bestseller list. And then that'll really help get this information out there. And again, this video will be in the playlist. So anytime you purchase the book, you will have access to the playlist. Let me show you guys the book here. Give me 1 second. You guys will have access to the sorry, I don't want to shake my camera. You guys will have access to the playlist. So all of these playlists come in the book, and then whenever you click on any one of these playlists, you will go directly to either Straight Outta Content channel or Carl's Garage channel, this channel right here, and you will see this video in that playlist. So these books continue to expand. And again, remember, none of the information in the book any book that I write is not on the platform. It's here. But a lot of people don't have the time to go through all of the hundreds of videos that I have. So you just kind of want to get the book, print out your documents, which you can see all right here. All these documents right here and more are always being added to the file. So it's a file that I have. So if once you purchase the book, you will receive a link to a Google Drive. You'll be able to download it. Remember to always go in there every now and then and look to see if there's any new information, because I just drag and drop. So, but also the links in this description, the links that you've seen me use in this video will be in the description below. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Again, please hit that subscribe button. I don't say that enough in my videos. Please hit the subscribe button, and please, after you hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button, because that tells YouTube that you guys like the content, and then it keeps getting seen. It keeps getting put in other people's algorithm so that they can see this video and be like, oh my God, there is some help out there. Somebody's out there to help me. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for everything, and be basic. Peace. Let me do my thumb. Oh, snap, peace. Does thumbs up do this? Yay, thumbs up. That's cool.